Freddy's Yard Studio Production presents a motivational video message for people facing bullying and harassment and how to counter depression. Hello and welcome to Fahad Jamshed Official. After a very long time, a very happy new year to you all. I hope 2019 was great, and I am sure 2020 will be far more better than 2019. A lot of targets to achieve, a lot of blessings to be quenched, a lot of things to explore, a lot of countries to be traveled, and a lot of things to look at very closely and, of course, in immense detail. Today, we'll talk briefly about bullying and harassment in our society. Bullying and harassment is one of the most poisonous thing. Um, you can call it a poisonous attitude, in fact, if you like, which we all face in our daily lives, starting from our childhood up until through various stages of our lives which we have lived. Um, Bullying and harassment is mainly with the kids at school, in the family, or it could be at work once you grow up. I mean, of course, once you are graded as an adult, or you know, in any stage of your life. Bullying and harassment spoils your self-confidence. The best way to counter bullying and harassment is you got to raise awareness. You got to talk with like-minded people. You got to talk with people who are interested in your growth. You got to reach out to people by broadcasting yourself. You cannot stay quiet, because bullying and harassment leads to depression, and depression leads to various dangerous attitudes of life. In bullying and harassment, if you ask me, for example, to explain it in a better manner, um, believe it or not, in my childhood, I've been bullied so many times, from various close relatives, extended relatives. I was always being told, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you are too fat, you are too dark in your skin, you are too this, you are too that." And you know what? I used to struggle through that phase of my life. That what is wrong with myself? That whatever I try to do, it comes against me. So I struggled through a lot of time, thinking how should I counter it. I never found any sort of remedy to counter bullying and harassment. Um, the moment I started meeting right people, through various friends and extended family, they started telling me the importance of, everyone's life in each other. So the book I always quote, I've read, and I would love to share with you, that there are people in this world who do not know what you know. It's written by Andy Harrington. I highly emphasize to every single person of you, you should read that. It really takes you along a very peaceful journey of life. Tells you various techniques and tactics how to deal with various things, how you can use your passion, your positivity, your energy into something really, helpful for people who are struggling with their lives. I've seen people in my life being depressed with issues which they have created for their own self, such as people are not happy once they achieve something, they're not being appreciated well. Their achievement doesn't get acknowledged. The only problem, what I see and what I've learned and I would love to share, is that we need to get rid of people who are pulling you back, who are bullying you, who are harassing you, who are trying to affect your thinking stance, who are trying to invade your decision making ability. They try to negate every single thing what you do, which will never make them happy. So, in order to encounter them, you got to distance yourself from them. You got to start discussing your fears, your reservations, your ability of not moving along life with the people who would be happy to see you progressing and prosper. They will definitely not bully or harass you. Bullying and harassment has affected people in the schools in a way that when parents the kids don't get enough marks or grades, or they can't reach to a certain degree level, they start getting bullied and harassed. Oh, you should have done far more better, this, that, and the other, blah blah. You know what, how much it affects the brain of a child is a seed. The more water you put of appreciation into the brain, the more sweet fruit it will give out to you. Um, I remember back in the days, the platforms were very limited to raise awareness. Now, as with the power of social media, we can use it as a tool to, raise awareness within our friends, family, people who we are related to. Don't just bother that, oh, you won't be liked or you'll be disliked. Just forget. Stop caring about things which are not benefiting you, which involves anything which doesn't give you credit. You don't owe nothing to it. You got to share credit, you got to acknowledge people, and you need to get rid of people who are bullies in your life, who are harassing in your life, who are trying to, affect your emotions, your intelligence, and of course, anything what you do. It could be anything imperfect. You don't have to be appreciated doing something perfect. You can always be appreciated by doing something imperfect, such as if you commit a mistake or anyone commits a mistake, uh, we just have to let it go and retry it next time. Because I have seen people in my life who were related to me, in my friends, in my family, in extended family, in relatives, and of course in the various negative network, which was very harmful to me. The moment I disassociated myself from these all, my life started growing. I started meeting people of my interest. I started meeting people who I would have loved to be with for since day one of my life. And then, instead of being worried, I have stopped regretting. I've stopped thinking about if they would like me or not, if whether or not they would appreciate my move. I don't give a damn about anyone in terms of, you know, uh, especially people who are bullies and, harassing you, telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that. It's a harassment, it's a bullying. Trying to discriminate you with your age, sex, religion is the biggest bullying ever, which you cannot control. uh, you cannot have, certain immense change straight away. Just to get rid of that bullying stance, you got to meet right people, you got to broadcast yourself, you have to make short videos and clips to raise awareness, to speak out your mind. Being behind camera is far better than being behind a weapon of your self destruction, which is people who are bullies, people who are harassing. They have no choice apart from nitpicking, apart from being less appreciative of their life, and to grow, prosper, and be advanced in your life. We all need to get rid of it. We need to appreciate one another. We need to acknowledge one another. Look, conversations, communications, they need acknowledgement to understand someone in a better picture. We all need to start having open arguments or open sort of discussions rather than closed discussions. We have to start being easier to people towards their lives. So the problems they are facing in their lives, it could be of bullying, harassment, it could be of anything, it could be a financial crisis. They all need to get through by talking through with the right people. The problem with us is that we all start discussing our problems with people who we trust most, and they are the ones who break your trust well more than your expectations. So, in my experience, I mean, you could try as well. The best practice would be start discussing the problems with people who are going through the pain or who have been through the pain of all these bullying and harassment sort of activities, or anything which is counted as a discriminative abuse against your life, to get over it. Um, Before I close this video, the final message: you would not believe, in 10 years, last complete decade since 2010 up till 2020, I have disassociated myself with very, very close relations, with very, very close friends. I have distanced myself from their activities of life. I rather stay with people who I get opportunity to grow or to learn something. I mean, I'm not scared of them or I'm not scared of their criticism. It's just, that whole sector of the life has bullied person like me a lot and harassed me a lot as well. So since I started being thinking with the clever mind, although I'm not clever, I'm still learning. Please don't take me wrong. My life suddenly changed, and now I'm on a phase of life that when I invite someone for a discussion to solve a problem, um, majority of negative mind people, they don't want to accept that what stages of life a person like me has been through just to reach here, because the problem is they know my past as the remote control was in their hand. The remote control, when I say, was a remote control of bullying and harassment. They could control everything. They knew my feelings. They knew what my state of mind were. And you know what? Trust me, we are living in this industrial world where we have got more bullies and harassing people. We feel happy to destroy happiness over there. And believe it or not, the most of the bullies and harassing people you face in your life, they are all struggling to just live a happy life. Happiness is not having a big house, a massive car, or having a lot of people known to you. Happiness is respect, love, and care for every single person. Share and care with people who are struggling with their lives. We need to raise awareness for people who are facing bullying and harassment, who that is affecting their life. Some of them, they have lost their lives, and we need to uplift the society than an individual. This message is specially recorded for 12 minutes, almost 13, for people. It's a big shout out to every single person who is supporting people with positive minds, who is supporting people to live a happy life, who are mainly working for motivation of one another, who are mainly working to make everyone happy, and who are mainly working to help each other to get through bullying and harassment. The moral of this video message is there will be always people who treat you wrong. Be sure to thank them for. Become so confident in who you are that no one's opinion, rejection, or behavior can rock you. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. God bless.